Hello guys. So welcome to the Data Science Python Library channel, Pandas part 3rd. So previously we have already discussed about the how we can import the Pandas library, how we can use the Pandas library to access the data, read the data frames or that, create the data frames. You can find out the analyze the data, some header values, tail values, data informations, as well as the data descriptions or that. So today we focus about the missing values about the data. So here we will discuss two parts. First one is the how you can identify the missing values from the data. So you have used the is null method as well as the not null method. After that, we use to either we can replace some data which is not correct. So we can replace that particular data. After that, we have applied the imputation process is that. So imputation process means missing values, what we have identified that we have fulfilled. So first one is that we can either drop that particular missing values, means the all the missing values rows are deleted from our data sets. Another approach is that you can fill that particular missing values either using constant, otherwise using the numpy libraries, mean, median, and mode values are that. So we have used that all the concept today, how we can use the uh, uh, identify the missing values. After that, so first thing is that you can import the basic library, import numpy and giving the alias as np. After that, import pandas library and giving the alias as a pd. Now another part, what we are doing, so another part is that we have just read the file. So file read, we have created the data frame that is a pandas dot read, because our file is a csv file. So we have provided the address that file is there. So file is, that is a file, the file is, that is in the file you have seen there. So 18 student is given, student name with their section, their math marks, English marks, physics marks, chemistry marks, and computer marks is given. So here, so we are just importing that particular file. It's CSV. Okay. After that, we can check the file. So file is this. Everything is visible. Like that are the students as well as their marks. In some values in Excel form, like monies, their math marks is not given. Similarly, Ramesh, their math marks is not given. Similarly, other values are. So in that particular values, they have put up NN. That is a not available values are that. Now, we just identify the missing values. So two methods are that. First method is null. So we have created new data frame that is to identify from the existing data frame is there null values are there. After that, we can print new created data frames. So each null method, what they have to, each null method is saying that if the data in data frames, if data is missing, so they are saying the true. If the data is not missing, they are saying the false is that. So in above part of the data, we can see that like Akash name section math marks that are available. So they are seeing that that is a false values. False values are that. But when we are checking math marks about the fourth index, that is not available. Fourth index that is not available. So they are saying that is a true values are that. So that is a true value. Similarly, other true values are that, and so on. So similarly, another method that is a not null. So we are creating another data frame with existing data frame, not null values they have provided. After that, we are printing another data frame. Here, previously, each null values identify if the values is null, they are saying true. Otherwise, that is a false. But not null, just oppose about that particular part. They are saying if the values is not null, means that is a missing, they are seeing false. Not null means that is not null values, not missing values. So if not missing values, that is true. If missing, that is called false is there. So that two methods we can use for identify the values are missing or not. So any one method you can use to identify the values in our data frame that is a missing or not. After that, suppose that we have wished to only use the data frame where the missing values are not available. So we are creating new data frame from existing data frame and drop the NA for the missing values. So NA, what they are doing, after that we have created the new data frame. So drop NA method, they are the deleting the row from our data frame. They are deleting the row where any missing values are that. Like previous part, if we are creating the, we have seen the data frame, that particular part like Manish, similarly that particular part where Ajay, because the computer marks is missing, similarly Manish, their math marks is missing. Similarly we can talk about the Nilu, their computer marks is missing, like you know. So what are the missing values? They have deleted that particular row when we have applied the drop in. So they have removed the row where the containing the missing values. So in that particular, after the drop any, no missing values is there. So we can use this method also for future. Another thing is that suppose that some values are incorrect. So how we can replace? Suppose that we have considering Akash computer marks, that is 89 marks, that is not correct, means they may be scored are 70 marks, 46 marks one. So what we are doing, we have just replaced that particular part. So we are just creating new data frame for Akash DF and replace that particular part we have considered DF3. Okay, DF3 and replace the method is a replace. Which one we have replaced? DF3, which marks? Computer marks we have considering. So DF3, sorry, computer marks, wait, computer marks replace which one? For 89 to, suppose that in place of 89 we have considered 70 is there. After that we are printing new data frame 4. So what they are doing? DF3 previous data frame we have created, sorry, new data frame. So that is a new. Okay. So what they are doing? They are replacing that particular part. Here we can see the Akash marks, which one is a 89. Now they have replaced that particular part and they are showing that is a 70 marks. Another part same like 66 marks, 65 marks, 49 marks and so on. But computer marks of Akash they have changed. That one. So we can also use the replace method when the data that is not correct and we wish to replace. Now we focus about the imputation process. So previous part we have already discussed how you can identify the missing values. You can use two methods are that. First one is the is null method. Second one is the not null method. After that, if you wish to drop that particular data where the missing values is that, so you have used the drop NA method is that. After that, if some values are not correct, you can replace that particular values to check that values are. You can use another data frame to identify that particular part. After that, like we have created new data frame by using the dictionary and drop them. After that, we focusing about the how you can impute the missing values are there. How you can impute the missing value. So we have create new data frame, or we have already considered 5, that one, as well as data frame and field. Previous data frame we have taken as earlier. That is starting part we have considered. Now fill that particular data frame with fill NA, the constant values. So where we have filled, the constant values are that. So fill that particular part. So fill that particular part, but in our data frames, multiple features are that, like multiple subjects are there. So they required which particular part you wish to fill. Like we wish to fill math marks about the monies. So they are asking about that particular part to us, which you have wished to fill. So we fill that particular part by using some constant. If simply we have write down the constant, they are showing the error because they did not reach to the data frame, that particular. So they have in fill and why they are not showing the error, because every marks is that are the integer values, and every subject, not only for the maths, other subject where the missing values are that they have filled the 5. Similarly we have put up like suppose that 45 marks, so all the missing values constantly we have filled that particular. So that is a 45 marks is that. All the missing values is filled by the 45 marks. You can see any subject. So in these data, now we can apply if there are any missing values, new data frame 6 from new data frame 5 is null, any null values, we can print that to find out, because previously we filled that particular data. So new data frame 6. No. Now another part is that we can sum up of that particular part if the data is missing or not. So that is so much complex to us. Suppose there's thousands of entry in our data frame. So how thousands of entry we can scroll and read? So we have just sum about that particular part. So they have just giving the sum. So here they are seeing that no missing values are that in all our data frame, because we have put up that data frames with replacing with some constant values. That constant values is a 45. If we are not applying these constant values and we are checking in our data frame how many missing values are that, like this method is that. So when we have put up this one, so what they are saying, how many missing values are that? So data frame 2, if we have applied same method, data frame 7, from data 2 is null. After that, we have sum about that particular part. Then we have seen that, sorry, we can print about that particular part. So previously, data frame 2, why they did not giving any missing values? Because we have already updated that constant values are that. So that one is there. Otherwise, when we have run this method previously, they are showing the some missing values are that. Here you have seen some missing values are that they are showing. Now, so first method, you can use apply some constant values to replace all the missing values. Another method is that you can use the NumPy library mean, median, mode values to replace the missing values are that. For this particular part, we can use data frame 7. That one is a data frame dot which one we wish to replace. So we can check from the data frame. Suppose that we wish to replace the math marks. So math marks we wish to replace from our data frames. So that one we are doing. So df that one data frame about math marks. We can update about that particular part with data frame of math marks dot fill NA. Means missing values we wish to fill with which one? Data frame math marks dot mean values. So we can apply that one. DF. Now we can print. So previously in our data frame, you can see that values after 78, money's values means the fifth values is missing. When we have replacing them with mean values, so money's values is not missing. They are showing the mean values. That is a mean value. Similarly, we can apply the mode values are that. In place of mean values, we can apply the mode values. That one is there. So we can use another feature like computer marks and we can replace that particular computer marks. Which one is the missing? Marks dot fill NA DF computer marks dot median after that we can print computer marks values. Type of mistake maybe. No. Okay. So when in our data frame, we can see the computer marks second entry that is after 89 that is missing. So here we have applied that particular missing values with median values are that. So they fulfill these missing values by median values. Similarly, we can apply the mode values are that. So means any subject. So in our data frame, whatever the missing values, we can impute that particular values are that by using different methods. Now we summarize. First, for today session, we discuss about the how we can identify the missing values from the data frame by using two methods, is null as well as the not null. After that, we discuss if we have put up the is null method, we can it is not possible. Manually, we can check one by one values are that. So what we are doing? We are doing sum of about that particular part. So we have created new data frame. That one data frame dot is null and sum. How many is null values are that? After that, we can print that. So previously they are saying that my math marks 0 missing values, English marks 1 missing values, physics marks 1 missing values, chemistry marks. Similarly, we can use drop NA method, fill and so on, sum of about. Then we can replace if specific values is not correct, then we can replace that particular values with some other values are that. After that, we will discuss how we can fill the missing values imputation process is that. So first one is the constant values. So we have provided the constant. So all the features, because here we have not provided the specific features are that. So all the features data features where the missing values is that they have filled by these constant 45 values are there. After that, we have doing a specific feature wise imputation process there, applying the mean as well as applying the median and so on is there. So thank you guys.